I'm almost done with my holiday book reading marathon for you today. But next up, we have Hanukkah Moon by Deborah Costa. I love the colors of this book. It's really pretty. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Just that, isn't that so pretty? Okay. It is dark the morning we leave for Aunt Louisa's house. I breathe foggy clouds into the air. Tell me again, Mama, what's going to happen at Aunt Louisa's? Mama smiles. A very special Hanukkah party. But Aunt Louisa just moved here from Mexico. Will she know how we celebrate Hanukkah here? Of course, Papa says. And at Louisa's, you'll also get to celebrate the Hanukkah Moon. The Hanukkah Moon, I ask. I've heard of a blue moon and even a man in the moon, but never a Hanukkah moon. Before I get an answer, we pull up to Aunt Louisa's. She's waiting in the doorway, holding her cat, Paco, who seems to be smiling. Welcome, welcome, she says. Papa hands her my suitcase. Then he tucks some chocolate Hanukkah coins in my pocket. To sweeten your visit, he says, hugging me. We wave as Mama and Papa pull away. I unwrap a chocolate coin and pop it into my mouth. Aunt Louisa's house is filled with colorful rugs and lots of photos on the walls. I admire a shiny pink banner over the fireplace which says, Feliz Hanukkah. The letters are made out of tiny photos of birds. Hanging from the dining room ceiling is a gigantic piñata shaped like a dreidel. Wow, I say. When are we going to break open that piñata? The night of the Hanukkah moon, Aunt Louisa replies. What exactly is a Hanukkah moon, I ask, wondering if it is a moon shaped like a huge potato latke. You'll find out soon enough, Aunt Louisa says. I pop another chocolate coin into my mouth. I wonder about birds I can't see and a moon I've never heard of. In the kitchen window is a big Hanukkah that looks like a boat with birds, squirrels, raccoons, and deer. I like your Hanukkah, I tell Aunt Louisa. I've never seen one like it. I made it myself, she says. It's my little Noah's Ark. I modeled it after my backyard friends. I look out the window. The backyard is empty. I guess Aunt Louisa has a great imagination. That night, we celebrate by lighting the Hanukkah and eating latkes. I give Aunt Louisa a little silver dreidel from Israel. She gives me a small package wrapped in shiny blue paper. It's a little camera. I take pictures of Paco sleeping on his back, Paco playing with a ball, and Paco looking out the window. Aunt Louisa smiles. I'm glad you like taking pictures, Isabel. Maybe you can visit one of my photography classes. You take classes? I ask. I teach them, she answers, at the university. You'll get to meet some of my students soon. I look outside again before I go to bed. There is hardly any moon, just a tiny sliver of light. I fall asleep dreaming of a moon shaped like a giant dreidel that pops open, showering the world with Hanukkah gifts. Aunt Louisa wakes me early. The sun is just coming up. Quick, she says. Throw on your coat and slippers and take your camera. We walk toward the bird tree. Shh, she says. Walk softly. The tree is full of birds chirping and buzzing and pecking away at feeders. Take some pictures, she whispers. Then we can look in my bird book and see which ones they are. I take lots and lots of pictures. Aunt Louisa takes some too. When we are finished, we go back to the house for jelly donuts and cocoa. While Aunt Louisa prints the pictures, I get dressed. When I look outside again, the sun is up, but the birds are gone. Aunt Louisa spreads our photos out on the dining room table next to her bird book. We have taken pictures of black-capped chickadees, cardinals, kinglets, and blue jays. The chickadees are wearing little black hats that look like yarmulkes. Maybe they are Hanukkah birds, and maybe they will bring the Hanukkah moon. That night, after we light the Hanukkah, Aunt Louisa gives me a beautiful scrapbook of our bird photos. Outside, the moon has gotten even smaller. I wake up to a delicious smell. Aunt Louisa is baking dreidel-shaped cookies. As I help her cut them out, I sing, "Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel, I made it out of clay." And Aunt Louisa sings back, "Trompo, trompo, trompo, lo hice de barro." We sing more verses in English and Spanish while we sprinkle the cookies with colored sugar. I eat 2 before Aunt Louisa stops me. "You can have plenty more tonight when we celebrate the Hanukkah moon. At last, I will get to see the mysterious Hanukkah moon." I help Aunt Louisa cut vegetables for couscous. We brush Paco until his fur shines. Aunt Louisa puts plates of grapes, nuts, and berries outside on a low table. She adds a small bowl of water. "We may have some surprise visitors tonight," she tells me. "Why don't we just invite them in?" I ask. Aunt Louisa just laughs, and I wonder if these surprise guests have bad manners. It's starting to get dark when Aunt Louisa's students arrive. They kiss Aunt Louisa on the cheek and shake my hand. "Isabel, meet Vida, Bathsheba, and Naomi," Aunt Louisa says. Vida is carrying a huge bunch of flowers. Bathsheba holds a straw basket filled with little boxes of sweets, and Naomi has 2 cameras dangling from her shoulders. We join Aunt Louisa in blessing the lights. She adds a special reading. Tonight is Rosh Hodesh, the beginning of a new month and an important time for women. You remember that when Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 10 commandments, he found the Israelites worshiping a golden calf. According to tradition, the women refused to contribute their gold to help build the idol. Their reward was a special holiday once a month, Rosh Hodesh, the time of the new moon. Wow, I say, I didn't know that. After dinner, it's time to break open the piñata. I stand on a chair and whack it hard with a stick while Aunt Louisa holds me tight. Out fall bags of chocolate coins and tiny prizes. Wow and double wow is all I can say. This is the best Hanukkah. It's not over yet, Aunt Louisa says. Let's go outside. It's very dark on Aunt Louisa's porch. The sky is black as ink, and there is no moon at all. It has disappeared like the morning birds. "Shh," Aunt Louisa whispers. "We don't want to scare away our guests." "But where is the Hanukkah moon?" I whisper. Aunt Louisa points toward the sky. "It's there," she says. "It is the Luna Nueva, the new moon that always appears during Hanukkah." "But why can't I see it?" I ask. "Because the bright side is facing away from the earth," she explains. "Tomorrow night, it will start to reappear." My eyes are getting used to the dark, and now I can see the guests. 2 deer and a fat raccoon are eating the nuts and berries Aunt Louisa left for them. "Look," I whisper. "Yes," she whispers back. "They come in the dark when they feel safe." While we watch, Aunt Louisa's students take pictures with their special night cameras. When all the food is gone, the animals disappear and we go inside. As the guests leave, we wish each other a Hodesh Tov, a good month. That night, I dream about a moon, birds, and animals that appear and disappear. In the morning, I pack my camera, scrapbook, and piñata prizes. Aunt Louisa braids my hair into one long braid, just like hers. I feel sad to leave. When Mama and Papa come, Aunt Louisa and I give each other hugs. I even hug Paco. And I give Aunt Louisa some of my chocolate coins. So the rest of your Hanukkah will be sweet, I tell her. Can I come back again sometime and take more pictures? And see your backyard friends? And celebrate another Rosh Hodesh? Absolutely, Aunt Louisa says, smiling as she pops a chocolate coin into her mouth. I smile back and pop one into my mouth too. The end. Has a nice little glossary at the back, and presumably some pronunciation assistance, which I probably could have used during that. I'm sure I didn't get it all right. Can't win them all. But it's nice to try, and it's nice to learn about new things, isn't it? See Jack sleeping. And you can too. Good night. Sleep tight. Auntie Kiki loves you. Happy Hanukkah.